The opposition APNU-AFC today said it was placing on the record its dissatisfaction with the ineffective and partisan public education program of the government. This is in relation to Venezuela's upcoming referendum on December 3rd. Venezuela over the past weeks has been increasing the number of troops on the border close to Guyana, which is being seen as an attempt to intimidate Guyanese. Speaking at his weekly press conference at Congress Place of Fire, opposition leader Orbie Norton said there is a need for a national task force to formulate and implement an efficient and effective public relations and public education program.
We have agreed to be united on this issue. We will not accept unity for optics alone. It has to be a genuine unity that allows all Guyanese to be educated, mobilized, organized, and galvanized into a force against Venezuela aggression, which is based on a spurious and ridiculous claim to our Essequibo. It must involve public relations and public education of Guyanese at home and in the diaspora, and the peoples of Latin America and the Caribbean. It has to be an all-encompassing strategy that raises awareness and support for Guyana. The aim has to be to isolate Venezuela. The levels of involvement have been so far: 1, the President and I engage in; 2, involvement at the level of the Parliamentary Foreign Relations Committee. Outside of that, I know of no engagement, much less one that could promote national unity.
The opposition leader further said, as a nation, Guyana will have to respond to the threats by Venezuela and the challenges they pose in various ways, as effective diplomacy is the best option.
But not just diplomacy in the traditional sense, but one that is programmatic, robust, and sustained, and which can succeed in blunting Venezuela's aggression and revanchist tendencies. We have succeeded in doing this in the past. We must succeed again. Failure is simply not an alternative.
Alliance for Change leader Kemraj Ramjatan said the government needs to be genuine in upholding the consultative and inclusive process so that stakeholders, including the opposition, do not feel the need to resort to public forums to air their views.
At the outset, it must be stated that the opposition is committed to a unified front on the territorial controversy between Guyana and Venezuela. However, the united front does not absolve us the responsibility to highlight the shortcomings in government's response to the threat at our western border. Guyana's territorial integrity is executed via a three-pronged approach: international, national, and legal. Over the past 6 decades, the Cooperative Republic of Guyana has depended and continued to depend firstly on defense diplomacy, underpinned and driven by Article 37 of our Constitution, and in particular, the practice of sovereign equality, inviolability of frontiers, territorial integrity of states, peaceful settlements of disputes, and non-intervention in internal affairs of other states. Together with provisions of Articles 1 and 2 of the Guyana Constitution, the borders of the Republic of Guyana are therefore sacrosanct, indivisible, inalienable, and non-transferable.
Venezuela has illegally laid claim to the Essequibo region, in which 5 of Guyana's 10 administrative regions are located. Regions 1, 2, 7, 8, and 9.